The entirety of the station's project has been full of unpredictable ups and downs. I started in Kampong Cham province, and due to COVID visa complexities, had to take the project on the road to the US. I worked out the majority of the concept sketches as a kind of displaced person from my brother's house during 5 months of lockdown. Then I returned to Cambodia, and I moved all my canvases and supplies back to Phnom Penh to open a process art studio called Draw from the Heart. It was at this point that I began finally painting the pieces that hang in the sanctuary today. I completed the 14 paintings from the garden to the tomb in my studio in Tutumpong, Phnom Penh. But as I finished the final one, I again had to gather all my things and move due to my house and studio literally cracking up, starting with the foundation. I painted the resurrection-themed image from my new studio in Chabampo, Phnom Penh. Ironically, the theme of Stations of the Cross is pilgrimage. It gives congregations a way of taking a pilgrimage without having to even leave their cities. A desire in my heart from the start was that this station set would be used by God to move his people into deeper ways of journeying with him, and it seems only fitting that making of the project itself would include lots of movement and journey of its own. Trauma has been a sub-theme throughout this project. It starts with Jesus, of course, and the tremendously traumatic experience of betrayal, becoming sin for us, and the crucifixion and death. Layered onto this is the global trauma of having lived through a worldwide pandemic together that hit the project from almost the very beginning. The station set itself is installed here in Phnom Penh, Cambodia, and as a nation, the Khmer people have experienced their own collective trauma through the genocide of the Khmer Rouge era and the decades of fallout as they have been rebuilding their nation. Then at a personal level, God chose this season for me to do some of my own intensive therapy and work around some of my own story. Painting through each step with Jesus and lingering in the story in this very concentrated way was one of the ways I sensed Jesus inviting me to traverse trauma together with him. It required a willingness to slide down from Good Friday with him into Black Saturday, with hope for emerging on Sunday and the resurrection to come. For those of you that have done any of your own trauma work, you know that it is painful and complex. This station set invites all of us to bring all of our traumas from living in a very broken world to Jesus at the cross.